This scatter plot shows us that the incorrect stimulus in minimal pair increased only slightly with highest Spanish score. This means that the Spanish score had little influence over improving the accuracy in the minimal pairs. However, for the not minimal pairs, the stimulus incorrect items got a higher level of accuracy with higher Spanish score of the participants, meaning that the highest the Spanish score, the highest the accuracy of the response. However, when it comes to the correct stimulus in minimal pairs, the highest the Spanish score from the participants, it resulted in higher accuracy in the stimulus correct response in minimal pairs. The correct stimulus in not minimal pairs resembles the same growth from the incorrect stimulus in not minimal pairs. This means that non-minimal pairs from both correct and incorrect stimulus exponentially grew with higher Spanish score. This violin plot for items in the first singular person, most of the data is clustered between the 50 stimulus response degree and the 100 Spanish score. And a small number of really large values are pulling the mean towards the 0 stimulus response degree, which is the Spanish score. Most of the responses are contained between the 70 and 100 Spanish score, and the dot shows us where the mean of our data is, meaning which is the average of the responses. With the third singular person, most of the responses are found between the 64 to the 100 Spanish score. Both of the means are for the first person and the third person are situated between the 80 and the 85 in stimulus response degree and the Spanish score. For the violin plot with the two categorical values, it shows that for words with minimal distance for the correct stimulus, the participants got higher scores between the 60 and 100 in a gradual growth along with higher scores. For the words with minimal distance in the correct stimulus, the answers drag all the way from 0 in score to around 90, meaning that the distribution of the scores in minimal pairs is more spread than in stimulus correct. For words that do not have a minimal distance in the correct stimulus, there is a fluctuation in distribution from scores between 60 and 100. However, the majority of responses do stay between the 90 and 100 scores. For words that do not have a minimal distance in the incorrect stimulus, up here, we see that most of the responses did stay within the 60 and 100 Spanish score. Most of our values, except the minimal distance in the incorrect stimulus, had similar values in the score. In the words with minimal distance in the incorrect stimulus, participants were not able to discriminate well, and that explains the range all the way to the lowest score.